The boys of the ARCA series hit the track last week for an exhibition race, but tonight it counts. Win this race and it can change your whole season on night one. But it's easier said than done. What stands in their way? Over 30 other drivers for starters and new point structure for the season. And oh yeah, at Daytona, you always think about the big one. The wreck everyone knows will happen at some point that could crush any hope of starting off on the right foot. Or maybe, just maybe, propel you to victory. I'm Joshua King, you're watching the Royalty Racing Network, and this is the SCSRA Glade Spring Company ARCA Series. Hello everyone, and happy race day. The new season is finally upon us, and I cannot wait to get it started. We have a lot to talk about here in the Dev Sports Cards pre-race show. The biggest one, of course, is the new point structure. We don't have a graphic on it, but it's fairly simple. The win and you're in is gone. It used to be if you won a race, you are locked into the playoffs. You could literally finish dead last every other race, but get that one win and you're going to the playoffs. Not anymore. Consistency is going to be rewarded. You can win as many races as you can and still may not finish on top for the points championship of the regular season. But in addition to that, if you miss some races or, win 2 or 3 races and then manage to finish dead last every other race, you still may miss the playoffs. So even if you put it together, you have to be consistent. It's going to be exciting, exhilarating, thrilling, whatever word you want to use, all the way from start to the finish of the season. And I can't be more excited for it. I'm glad everyone is here with us. Welcome in Unrooted. Welcome in Lars. Welcome in Alicia. Always the first one in. It's still impressive to me. But another thing to talk about, you may have noticed, we have a new title sponsor on board. We're going to talk a little bit more about them here a little bit later in the pre-race show. But right now, let's pull up our race info for the evening. Daytona International Speedway, where every season kicks off, and it doesn't start in a better way. We're going 70 laps tonight. 2 stages at the super speedways. One will be on lap 20, the other at lap 40. Just enough to make it those stages. As far as the fuel run goes, we're looking at 22 to 25 laps. That's by yourself. That will increase a little bit. So that's going to vary some strategies as we go along throughout this race and make the last and final stage of those under 30 laps, just under 30 laps it should be, very interesting. One fast repair for these drivers. You don't want to try to burn it early. I mean, you don't want to use it at all, obviously. If you don't at Daytona, you're having yourself a pretty good night. But there will be plenty of fast repairs used this evening. Track is just under 2.5 miles. It's 67 degrees Fahrenheit, so nice and cool for Daytona, Florida. And the track temp right now, also nice and cool. I don't expect tires to come into play. You don't want to take tires on a green flag stop, that's for sure. If anything, maybe that second stage you take a set just because, especially if you're near the tail end of the lead lap as the field goes. They can't hurt, but they really are not going to help all that much. Welcome in, Moto Freak. Glad you are here with us this evening. Another thing that is new this evening or this season is a lot of new drivers and new teams. We're going to bring them all to you as we can. There's only one on the speedway as it stands right now. That's going to be the 04 Michael Pines Jr., as he's bringing it down pit road. I hope that's not a consistent thing for us all season long. That happened last week in the Clash. Every car we focused on in the pre-race show happened to be pulling it down pit road. So I don't know what's up with that. But then here's this guy. He's returning for this season. He's in the number 40 Chevy Camaro. That's Chase Greer. He currently is at the top of your board in the practice session. Of course, that doesn't mean a whole lot in practice here at Daytona. It's all reliant on the draft. Then you have The 83 right in front of him in a brand new paint scheme. The Oakley Toyota Camry of Ryan Hufford, always a fan favorite here in the chat. One of them, of course. Here's Christopher Bishop in the Associate Insurance Ford Mustang number 15. We're going to get to know these new drivers and new teams all together here, folks. So give us some time to figure it out. Few races. This one's going to be tricky because everyone's so jumbled up. It really helps when they get a little bit spread out and I can see them, you know, consistently and easily to really put a face or a card to the name, that is, not a face, but, you know. Here's another new one for us. This is the SGRD number 8 Chevy Camaro. SGRD is a new team, and that's going to give me fits all season long. I already know it. But this is Samuel Green driving the very nice looking SGRD paint scheme. Andrew McKenzie is out on the speedway now. He's in the number 22 blue and white Toyota Camry. A lot more Toyotas, it would appear. And when I say a lot, I mean like 6. But that is a lot compared to what we had last season. Welcome in, Becky. Strickland Propane. Wrong company. But I like the reference. Moto. Becky says, hashtag GoGNC05. Of course, she is talking about the one and only Sharn Hill in the 05 GNC Lit V2 Metro Diner Chevy Camaro. Same paint scheme for Sharn, different team. Sentinel Motorsports this season. But not a new driver, so we'll be able to remember him. Here's Caleb Nabel now in the number 2 Toyota Camry. Looks like he's out there with a teammate, I would have to assume. And another thing that happens with new drivers, new paints, new season, all those things, new sponsorships. So we'll learn those for all these drivers as well throughout the first couple weeks. It's Timothy McAdam in the Turtle Beach Ford Mustang, and I like that paint. I'm a sucker for the purple and white. Like that one for Mr. McAdam. Oh, look who's with us tonight. Look at this guy in the Fry Disposal, number 68 Ford Mustang. It's Devin Buccino. Welcome back, Devin Buccino. Man, this guy, I promise you, we're not going to see a full snapshot of it tonight. It's a super speedway. Everyone can be fast here. Everyone has an opportunity. I'm not downplaying the skill that it takes to race the super speedways by any means. But if you get this guy on a mile and a half, whoo, look out. Devin Buccino, he's quick. Good to have him with us. Then you got this guy in the Glade Springs Company, number 98. That's Jay Stinson in the title sponsor car for this evening and all season long. And that means it's a good time to talk to Mr. Stinson. Let's grab him here. And Jay, welcome to the broadcast booth. Another great season of the ARCA season, our series, about to kick off. And we got a brand new title sponsor, thanks to you, the Glade Spring Company. Talk to us a bit about what Glade Spring Company is.
Yeah, hey, good to see you again, Josh. Yep, Glade Springs Company has came on. They do propane refills, and they sell propane in the great little town of Glade Springs, Virginia. They support Washington County, Smith County, and all the surrounding counties around it. Man, great group of guys, family owned, family run. Just recently changed hands to this friend of mine who also runs the Fry Disposal Company. So great things for him, and he supports me in my racing, and I just want to support him and his company. So great people, they'll take care of you. So go see them.
Right on, man. Well, the paint looks great. They're going to get a lot of exposure on the broadcast, as you're probably aware, with the fried disposal stuff the last couple seasons. We do as much as we possibly can for our title sponsors and any sponsor. But, Jay, I had to do a little research. I looked them up. I found them on Facebook. I scrolled through a little bit. Do they sell baked goods there too? Like inside?
So that's something that's kind of coming. I think that they're doing it on the side a little bit, but it hasn't been broadcasted completely out what they're going to be doing there. But I think they're starting something a little small. May put during the summer a little ice cream shop and everything along with it. So he's got a lot of things going on, and got his hands in a bunch of things right there in Glade. So hopefully we'll get some ice cream and some other sponsorship on the car as we go through.
Oh man, well, I don't think ice cream would make sense for me. But I definitely may have to hit them up and get them to send me some of those baked goods overnight FedEx. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, buddy.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We'll get it done.
Cool. Well, Jay, let's talk racing just a little bit. You come in last season kind of up and down. I know for you wasn't what you had in mind. You got caught in more people's nonsense, I feel like, than anybody. But brand new season. It starts over tonight. What do you got to do to put yourself in a position to start the season off well tonight, but then also in a position to capture that championship now, the first one with the new point structure?
Yeah, I'm excited. These guys always run a great league. Yeah, you're right. Last year wasn't really our year. We had some technical difficulties, and then we just made mistakes and put ourselves in bad positions throughout the season. Ended up getting to the playoffs and feeling pretty good about that at the end of by getting that win there late in the season to even make it possible to do that. So this year I'm just looking to be more consistent. Hopefully all the technical issues are behind me, and just have fun with my teammates and try to do the best to finish solid every race.
Right on, man. Well, Jay, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I appreciate you getting me that logo just in time tonight to be able to get it on the broadcast. Looks great up there, and I'm sure with you in the field, we'll see it a lot. So we'll let you get back to business. Remind me, though, I know there's a lot of shakeups in the teams and everything. Remind me where you're going back to.
Yes, sir. We're grandstand racing this year. Made the name switch. Kenneth and Parham are heading up that crew, and we jumped in with them this season. So a lot of the same Venom guys and grandstand guys. We're just going under grandstand this year.
Right on, man. I should have looked at that before I pulled you down, but
no problem.
First race for everybody for the new season.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right, Jay. Best of luck to you tonight. Glad you could join me, and we'll talk to you later.
Hey, one thing before we go, buddy,
yeah.
I just want to wish Devin Butchino's made it back in the field. So happy to see him back. He's been a big part of this league, even when he was away, to keep this thing running and going in the right direction. So I know a bunch of the guys are excited to see him get to run again, and I know it's not been the easiest time for him, and he's had to go through a lot. So to see him back out here running and hopefully get a full season in both is pretty great. So just want to wish him a happy back to SCSRA racing.
Well said, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. We took a look at him on track just briefly, but yeah, it's really cool to have Devin back. So appreciate the awesome words, man. I know he will also. Best of luck to you tonight, Jay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Once again, folks, that was the driver, the number 98 Fry Disposal, the Glade Spring Company Chevy Camaro that you see on your screen, Jay Stinson. Glad to have him with us in the pre-race show. Let's keep taking a look here as we're about 2 minutes to go before qualifying. Christopher Bishop in the 15. We already saw Joe Irwin in the 03 is back with us. He was with us a couple seasons ago. Couple really fast guys back with us, but some new ones. We don't know what to expect yet. Here's the Mobile One Tracker Boats number 20 Chevy Camaro of Cale Thorpe. Another new guy with us this evening. A lot of these guys raced in the Clash, so I'm slightly familiar, but if you missed that one, that was a big money race last week. Go check that out after this one. Here's the 77 of Shane Hines, another Chevy Camaro, and this is one of my favorite paints. I love it. It's got a retro feel to it, but also some modern look and color. Really, really like the paint of Shane Hines. We're going to have some more pre-race interviews for you once they take the grid. Going to attempt it. We're going to see how many we can get in. I want to be respectful to all the drivers as they're getting ready to take the green flag. So I'm not going to push it too long because it's not crucial that we get everyone. Here's Austin Fassett in the 88 Black Rifle Coffee Company number 88 Ford Mustang. A few more Fords in the field this evening. Looks like 33 guys set to grid so far with 30 seconds to go. So it would appear 33 going to be on the grid for this evening. Going to be a wild and crazy one here, folks. Glad everyone is with us tonight. Please, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, that little thumbs up on the left side of the screen. That goes a long way for me and for the series, the league, everybody. Checkered flag waves on qualifying, or on practice rather, which means it's time to go qualifying. And for anybody that's new to the program, you can follow along with me right above the Glade Spring Company logo in the series sponsor box. You're going to see the miles per hour, and you're going to see the 2 lap times that the drivers put up. Let's go trackside now, as the 49 of Brandon Anderson is pulling out there on the speedway. Phil Ellis Jr. also out there in the 29. A lot of new paints. I always love seeing them. These guys, all of them, turn out some phenomenal paint jobs on these cars. We'll try to keep you along with as many guys as possible. It's Daytona, so almost the whole field qualifies at once because you only got 5 minutes. So you got to get out there, get your first lap in, you know, your warm-up lap, which is what Phil Ellis Jr. is doing right now. Get all the way around to the start-finish line. And then take 2 timed laps. So 5 minutes doesn't give you a whole lot of time. You don't want to wait too long. Looks like about 25 guys are on the speedway right now. Some of them may elect to not qualify at all. Brandon Anderson, AJ Evangelista in the 5, Christopher Bishop, Ian Davis, Samuel Green, Cale Thorpe, Caleb Nabel just now coming out on track. Michael Pines Jr. is out there. Matt Baines, Ryan Gomes, Lauren Vincent. I don't know why we had the close-up on Ryan Gomes. Here comes Phil Ellis Jr. to the line for lap 1. He will start it off tonight. And Phil Ellis Jr., actually Cale Thorpe started us off. Phil Ellis Jr. might have hit the wall at some point. Cale Thorpe, 51.191. Let's go third quick currently. Ryan Hufford on lap 1, 51.115. He'll set the pace. Matt Baines goes second quick, 5.1128. Quickly beat out by Jay Stinson, who goes to second quick, 51.124 now. Ryan Hufford to the top of the board still. Still Ryan Hufford. Ian Davis, 51.144. He's fourth quick. Christopher Bishop, good enough to squeeze into the top 5 so far. 51.152 for Bishop on lap 1. Samuel Green, 6th quick. Cale Thorpe now down to 7th. Nicholas Walthorn in the 54, 8th quick. Samuel Martell, our only non-U.S. racer tonight. He's from Canada. He's 9th quick. Austin Fassett, a lot of times just came in now. Devin Buccino in the 68. 51.193, good enough for 8th quick. No one can top Ryan Hufford so far. He's done. Here comes Ian Davis, 51.252. Trying to find someone else. Here's Nicholas Walthorn in the 54, slower on lap 2. He'll take lap 1. He'll go to 11th quick. Chase Greer jumps into the top 5 now on lap 2, 51.151. One of the only guys quicker on lap 2. Samuel Green is done. Garrett Walden on lap 2, 51.147. Takes 5th away from Chase Greer. Zach Stevens back with us. Good to see him back. 51.168. 8th quick for Zach Stevens in the 47. Matthew Fritz, 51.189 on lap 1. Not sure if he'll have enough time to get a second one in. He's definitely someone that could go into the top 5, if not the pole. Justin Parham just went 4th quick, 51.139. That pushes Garrett Walden out of the top 5. Matthew Fritz coming around to take lap 2. Down below that yellow line. That is perfectly legal here at Daytona. And Matthew Fritz, 51.186. He'll stay 13th quick. Kenneth Redinger on lap 2, 51.146 for Redinger. He goes 6th quick, just outside the top 10, or just outside the top 5. Yeah, I know math. All but one person was able to put in a lap time. That's the 03 of Joe Irwin as qualifying comes to a close. Let's go now to our starting grid on the evening. Ryan Hufford in the 83 nabs the pole. Let's get on Mr. Hufford, who is apparently not out there just yet. Well, let's get with Ryan just quickly here. Ryan, Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir, brother. I got you.
Ryan, congrats on the pole, man. Can't start a season better than that. Now, what do you got to do in this long race here at Daytona to keep her there and pull off a win tonight in that 83?
Man, seeing there's, 33 of us out here tonight, it's just going to be a battle of attrition and surviving. Torn between trying to get stage points and torn between trying to just ride in the back and avoid it all just to be there at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, good little bonus point for the pole tonight, and not ever a bad place to start. Tell us a little bit. I know strategy goes out the window, but tell us a little bit about that as far as your outlook. Anytime you see Daytona on the schedule, what's the game plan if there is one?
I tell you what, I'll have a game plan, but as soon as I take the green, that game plan is scrapped, and I'm all the way down from playing A to Z trying to figure out what I'm going to do to survive. It changes every second, I promise you.
It certainly does, man. It's wild here at Super Speedways. Well, Ryan, I'll let you focus up and get ready to lead the field to green, but before we do, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
I like to thank my microwave Wi-Fi company. It does pretty good, but it doesn't do good at the same time. My power company, once again, for keeping my lights on. And Nick for being a great teammate and always getting on with me.
Right on,
and
man.
then,
Well,
Josh and Ryan for being great admins.
So I thought you were done. I wasn't meaning to cut you off.
Oh, you're good.
First race of the season, I'm still getting back into sorts myself.
Got to knock the rust off somehow, right?
There you go. All right, Ryan. Well, congrats on the pole, the first one of the season, and best of luck to you. Best of luck to Hufford Racing this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Once again, folks, that was your pole sitter, the number 83 of Ryan Hufford. Jay Stinson starts second. Matt Baines rolls off third. Justin Parham in fourth. Ian Davis in fifth. Kenneth Redinger will start sixth. Garrett Walden in seventh. Chase Greer in eighth. Christopher Bishop in ninth. Rounding out the top 10 starters is Zach Stevens. Corey Bunch will start 11th. And starting 12th will be Samuel Green in the 8th. Starting 13th will be Matthew Fritz. Cale Thorpe will roll off 14th. Devin Buccino in the 68 will start 15th, right in the middle of the pack. And we're going to get with him now. Devin, welcome to the broadcast booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, what's going on, brother, man?
Man, it's amazing to see you back. I saw that 68 rolling off pit road, and I was pumped. But down to business here. You're getting ready to go green. You got it right in the hornet's nest. What's your thought process tonight to not only get up there, potentially get some stage points, but then put that Fry Disposal 68 in a position to win this thing?
Yeah, we basically qualified the worst possible spot you could be. It's just tough because you want to ride around the back and save your car for the end, but there's nothing worse than riding around in the back and then getting junked at the end and have nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? So with 2 stages, I feel like you have to be a little aggressive here, especially with the new stage or the chase format. It's the only race with 2 stages, so I think you have to be aggressive here and just go after the stage points because it can mean a lot here. 10 weeks from now. So we're gonna try to go to the front. These ARCA cars are way different than the next gen cars, so we still have to just get the rust off. And Daytona is a good spot to kind of hide how long I've been gone for. So I get a mulligan week here, and then it's back to Michigan. So.
Right on, man. Well, best of luck to you and that 68 tonight, and Neon Racing, of course. But anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for just sticking with this series, man. Thank you to Ryan, Josh, Sylvan, Sharn, Lauren for just keeping us going while I was gone, man. They cared about it as much as I do, and they love it as much as I do. You love it as much as we do to be a part of it. So. Like I've said, every interview, it takes a village, so just thank you to everyone that's continuing to show up. And, we're opening season 12 with, 32 guys, 33 guys. It's unbelievable. So this one's just going to thank everyone that's on track and everyone watching. Thank you to everyone watching, and thank you to everyone that makes this what it is.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Devin. Glad you're back, and good luck tonight.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Yep. Once again, folks, that was the number 68 of Devin Bucciano, starting 15th. Travis Bennett in the 01 will roll off 16th. Vince Brent in the 92 will start 17th. Nicholas Walthorn in the 54 will roll off 18th. Samuel Martel will start 19th. Austin Fassett will roll off 20th. Lauren Vincent in 21st. 22nd will be Ryan Gomes. AJ Evangelista in 23rd. Phil Ellis Jr. in 24th. 25th will be Josh Hall. Sharn Hill will start 26th. Timothy McAdam will start 27th. Andrew McKenzie 28th. Michael Pines Jr. 29th. Brandon Anderson 30th. Caleb Nabel in 31st. Shane Hines in 32nd. And Joe Irwin, the only one without a time, will start 33rd. We're already into turn 3 and 4, folks, so I'm not going to grab any more interviews. That would not be ideal for them or probably for me. But let's get this season kicked off, baby. Ryan Huffer, Jay Stinson will lead the way. Barney will wave his green flag, and we're underway for the new season of the Glade Spring Company ARCA Series. Jay Stinson leads the first lap of the race. What a fitting way for the Glade Spring Company car to lead the first lap of the Glade Spring Company season. That's pretty amazing. There's single file, just him, the 19 of Justin Parham, and then Kenneth Redinger behind Parham. Double file all the way back from there. Ryan Hufford is still leading that inside lane. It looked like maybe it took them a little while to get their things together, but now it would appear like they're doing it. Pulling up close to Kenneth Redinger in the 24. A lot of side-by-side racing all night long here, so we're just going to have to kind of watch the movers and shakers and find some things to chat about. Not going to get very spread out unless there is an incident to do so. Nicholas Walthorn, he's running 14th. He's already up 5 spots on the night. Nicholas Walthorn there in that Royalty Racing Network 54. On the top side, Vince Brent right behind him in the 92. Wanted to have an opportunity at some point to talk to Vince. He just became a papa last week on Tuesday. So congrats to him and his wife on their first child. Hopefully we'll have a chance to talk to him soon about it. Oh, look out. Ryan Hufford blinking in and out here. That may be causing the inside lane to be just a little sluggish. Matt Baines, I'm sure, having a heck of a time with it. Because when the 83 disappears, folks, Matt Baines needs to really be careful about where he may come back when the 83 shows back up. Someone, it appeared like, started on pit road. I think it was this guy, the 22 of Andrew McKenzie, electing to start on pit road. The reason you would do that, of course, unless there was a tech issue of sorts or he just straight up missed the grid, you may sometimes, oh, look out. Someone just got pushed out of line. That's Travis Bennett in the 01. Down on the apron. He'll try to re-engage with the field before they go into the corner. Ooh, and he just barely made it up there. It gets really tricky. He'll hope to hang on to the lead draft there, or the draft, I should say, for the 01. I don't think he's going to have the speed. Tough break early for the 01 of Travis Bennett. Anyway, you may start on pit road to potentially avoid an early caution. So that might be what Andrew McKenzie is hoping for. Oh, and we got a wreck in the back of the field. I saw cars start dropping off. Didn't catch it on camera. Let's see if we can see what happened on the Royalty Racing Network instant replay here. Oh, let's back that up. We see exactly where it started. Let's go here. The 77 appears to be the perfect starting position, or starting guy, it would appear. You see here the 77 of Shane Hines behind the 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. Let's go now maybe to... Oh, they're all good right here. This is where it kind of looks like it gets stacked up. Phil Ellis Jr. right down on that yellow line. Still good here. Oh, there's a big checkup in front of him. And he taps the 07 pretty good, which then checks him up. The 77 tries to go the outside, but then comes back down. The 29 just comes up a little bit into the 81 of Josh Hall. AJ Evangelista involved. Look at Sharn Hill. Look at Sharn Hill in the 05. My goodness. Did he catch anything from that? No, Sharn Hill. Holy smokes. I don't know who that is in front of him. That's Joe Irwin that got caught up. The 27 caught up as well. 77 back into Irwin. AJ Evangelista involved. Whew. All right. Well, early caution here, bringing multiple guys down pit road. Ryan Hufford coming down pit road. Corey Bunch as well. Devin Bucchino. A few guys here. Ryan Gomes. A lot of the back of the pack probably checking damage, things like that. Lauren Vincent is in. Josh Hall's in. Looks like 13 drivers down pit road. Phil Ellis Jr., Shane Hines, AJ Evangelista, all with a meatball flag. And if you're not familiar with what that is, folks, that means they had required damage. There's two different scenarios. You can get damage and it could be optional repairs. At that point, you may decide to get it fixed, you may not. Or you get a meatball flag, which is just a black flag with an orange circle right in the middle of it that they call a meatball flag, and that means you're required to pit to have repairs done. I don't know who had to tow out of that scenario or who was able to drive it back, but they're down there an awfully long time. I'm hoping the scenario is that they just had to tow and they didn't forget to check their fast repair, because if that's the case, that may spell the end of their first race in a very, very short order. Top 10 stands like this. Jay Stinson leads the way still. Justin Parham, Kenneth Redinger, Chase Greer, Matt Baynes is your top 5. Zach Stevens, Ian Davis, Garrett Walden, Samuel Green, Christopher Bishop round out your top 10 in this early caution. Working lap 8 here. Biggest mover thus far, beneficiary of avoiding that incident and his own doing of sorts, Brandon Anderson here in the 49. He's up 13 spots. Sharn Hill right behind him, up 8. Michael Pines Jr. up 10. So those guys, they currently sit 17 through 19. All up quite a few spots. Luckily, Phil Ellis Jr., AJ Evangelista, Shane Hines, they all checked their fast repair. So they'll rejoin the field now after having to get towed back to pit road. Everyone's still in the race, and those guys, I believe those 3 guys will be a lap down. So they'll be battling for the lucky dog that if there's not another caution due to incident, they can guarantee there will be one at the end of lap 20 for the first stage. And one of those 3 guys will get the lucky dog, get back on the lead lap with plenty of time to go. And then, of course, you have the second stage on lap 40, but a long way to go till then, so it's not a guarantee one of those guys would get it then. Lining up 2 by 2 all the way through the field. Lights on the iRacing.com pace car are turned off, which means we are getting ready to go back green here for the first restart of the evening. How's everyone feeling tonight? SM Racing 07, update your paint. Mine showing 07, but I have the 17. We'll do that under caution next time. My apologies. Jay Stinson, really nice jump there. Only one problem is everyone behind him is going to have to reel him in, and they will. Little spread out here. Not sure what happened, but a lot of separation as now they go 3 wide. Not far behind him, Christopher Bishop right up the middle now. Pushing past the 47, it would appear. They sort it all out, back to 2 wide. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. Oh, someone's blinking. That is Christopher Bishop. disappeared there. A couple blinkers. And just as I imagined, Jay Stinson got reeled in a hurry. Kenneth Redinger now leading that lower line. Opportunity to lead a lap, and no, it'll still go to Stinson on that top side. Who's in the 17? Samuel Martel. I'm assuming that was him, SM Racing 07. Yes, that is him. So, hopefully we will refresh the paint job under our next caution and get that sorted really quick. Now that top line really pulling out. That bottom line between some blinkers and everyone electing to go to the top just kind of fell apart. 98 of Stinson still leads the way. The tail end of this group is all the way back here. The 20 of Cale Thorpe. Now he's got company with Caleb Niebel. Hope I'm saying that right. He'll correct me in the chat if I'm wrong after this race, I'm sure. And the 22 of Andrew McKenzie up there with him as well. So that time, that top lane rocking and rolling here early. Now 3 of them elect to go to the bottom line, see an opportunity perhaps. Cale Thorpe in the 20 leading that charge. Soon they're going to pull to the 88 of Austin Fassett. The Black Rifle Coffee Company Ford Mustang. There's someone rejoining the field. I believe that's Joe Irwin. It is. Not rejoining, but avoiding. Justin Parham, yeah, he does. Whew. That is a really nice Marvel Comics Chevy Camaro for the 19 of Justin Parham. Side by side all the way through this lead pack now. All the way back to, looks like Andrew McKenzie is the tail end of this lead pack. That's 19th on the grid. 20th is here, Brandon Anderson in that 49. The 02 of Corey Bunch and others. Travis Bennett was able to luck out by that caution. 83 of Ryan Hufford still blinking a lot though. Lauren Vincent is in this group. They kind of got separated on the restart. We didn't see exactly what happened. Just not a wide enough camera angle on it, but nevertheless, they're still hanging in. Timothy McAdam in that 27 Turtle Beach Ford Mustang rounds out that second group. And I got to believe that second group okay with where they're at as of right now. If there's a wreck coming to the stage or something along those lines, they may have an opportunity to avoid it. Christopher Bishop blinking all over the place right now. Gonna have to keep that in mind. We won't be able to focus on him too much. Otherwise, our camera will go crazy. But you see him there in the green and white Associated Insurance number 15. We like the wide camera angles here anyway at Daytona because it's pack racing. So we'll have more close-up cameras throughout the season. Biggest mover now, this guy, Sharn Hill, going back and forth with Caleb Niebel. Sharn Hill up 12, 11, back and forth in that orange and black GMC Metro Diner ride. Working lap 16 of 70 here, and if there is such a thing, Jay Stinson leads comfortably at Daytona. I only say that because he's got 4 single file guys behind him: Justin Parham, Chase Greer, Zach Stevens in that Ultra 47 Chevy Camaro. Matt Baines working his way back up after he kind of got cycled for a while. Now he's behind the 24 of Kenneth Redinger, the defending champion from last season. And man, did he put on a show that final race of the season. Man, it was fun to watch. Let's check in on that second group here. Looks like they've closed the gap. Now it's all one big group again. As I figured, still some separation. You know, coming down to stage 1, no one, I don't think, is super eager to try to make those kind of moves just for stage points with that kind of traffic in front of you. Here they're crossing the 77 of Shane Hines. So it would appear Shane Hines now going to be 3 laps down. Phil Ellis Jr., Joe Irwin, AJ Evangelista still 1 lap down. If the stage ended right now, Joe Irwin would take the lucky dog. He does lead those guys a lap down. He was able to file in between those 2 groups when they were split up. Nibel, is that right? Steve? I appreciate you correcting me. Let me know if I got it right that time. Nibel, I think, is what you're going for there. That inside lane starting to make a little bit of momentum go there. The 19 of Parham a little wobbly there, being pushed all the way down, and he's right up on that back bumper of the 98 of Jay Stinson. Kenneth Redinger, Matt Baines still trying to make moves here late. They got a heck of a run. Now Kenneth Redinger actually pulls ahead slightly of Jay Stinson. Whoa, someone's off the track further back. Who is it? It is Caleb Nibel testing me early. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Steve. Yeah, this is a good race so far. That top line just powerhouse right now, though. Kenneth Redinger just moments ago was side by side with Jay Stinson. And there's the stage, and your stage winner, the 98 of Jay Stinson. And that was about as dominating a stage for Stinson as you can have at Daytona. That was a good one. So we'll see if anyone flips the stage here among those guys that pit last time under the caution. The one highest up out of the guys that pit is Corey Bunch in the 02. He was running 14th at the end of the stage here. Andrew McKenzie in the 22 right there was running 16th. Yeah, my apologies. He's up 12 on the night. He's having himself a good night early. Brandon Anderson up 13, your biggest mover at the end of stage 1. Other guys that pit: Ryan Gomes, Timothy McAdam, Devin Butchino, Lauren Vincent, Ryan Hufford, Caleb Nibel, and Travis Bennett, Josh Hall, and then the 4 that were involved in the wreck. So we'll see if anyone elects to stay out. I fully expect the rest of the field, obviously, they'll probably run out of gas if not here in 5 to 7 laps, I would assume. We're going to let Stinson take his pit stop, and then we're going to get with him. Actually, you know what? We talked to Stinson. We're going to take this opportunity to talk to Vince Brent. The 92, he finished 10th. He got a stage point. He's up 7. New daddy. We have to. If I hadn't talked to Stinson already, I would talk to him. But I'm all about spreading the love, man. You know? Everyone wants some screen time, some interviews. I know it's pretty cool as a racer myself to get interviewed during a race. You know, not bad-mouthing anybody, but there's a lot of broadcasters, most in fact, they just come out any given night, interview their top 3 at the end of the race, and that's the program, you know. We're all about giving the top-notch 5-star experience here, Royalty Racing Network. And Justin Parham and Jay Stinson lead them in to pit road. We're going to go to the end of pit road if I can. Apparently I cannot. Whatever. 2 guys. See, Andrew McKenzie. He stayed out. He's the only guy to stay out is Andrew McKenzie. He pit on lap 7, so only one electing to go with that, with the strategy. Maybe Phil Ellis Jr., AJ Evangelista, they stayed out just, I would assume, to take the wave around. But let's go. Let's get quickly now with this guy, the 92 of Vince Brent, if we can find him fast enough in the chat. Vince, welcome to the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
Hey, good to talk to you, man. We're going to talk a little bit of racing first. Congrats on the stage point. You worked away all the way up there to finish 10th. Up 9 now after it is all said and done with the pit stop. What's your strategy now the rest of the way? You got another stage to get maybe some more points racked up, and then to put yourself in a position to win this thing here on night 1.
Survive. that's going to be the biggest thing is just survive, because it looks a little dicey out here. Some of the pushes are, causing some checkups, and if somebody's not paying attention, it could go bad. But all in all, just survive, and hopefully just be there at the end.
Yeah, man, for sure. Now we're gonna go the other direction from racing. Man, talk to us about your first week of being a dad. Congrats on your little girl last week, man. On Tuesday, I'm so pumped for you. I want to hear all about the experience and her name and all the things.
Yeah, thank you so much. Her name's Blakely Ray, and man, I can't even begin to tell you how much of a blessing it is. It's literally been the best week of my life, and man, I'm just truly honored to have such an amazing wife who, man, just... Let me tell you something. Women are some powerful creatures. They are amazing, especially my wife. And just want to give her a shout out. I know they're watching, and it's pretty cool. I know, my daughter will be able to come back one day and watch this on her first week alive. But man, it's been unreal. It's just, thank you for shouting me out for that. But yeah, it's been incredible.
Right on, man. Well, I'm happy to hear it. I was pumped. I love seeing that picture of you and your daughter on Facebook. After watching the race, awesome, man. It was just really awesome. Yeah. It got me emotionally.
Racing is a family sport, and I'm looking forward to welcoming her to it. So,
right on, man. Well, we'll let you focus in and get back to work out there on the speedway. But thanks for joining us tonight. Best of luck the rest of the way. Maybe I'll be talking to you again.
Yes, sir. Let's hope so. Thank you, man.
Yep. Once again, folks, the driver, the number 92 out of Kingsport, Tennessee. New Pops, Vince Brent. We're going to start calling him Pops, I think. That's a good nickname for Vince Brent. And he's a young guy, you know, so that's even funnier in my opinion. But anyway, the lights on the iRacing.com pace car off, and he pulls off the speedway. Zach Stevens, Justin Parham leading us back to green. Jay Stinson led every lap of the first stage. We'll see what happens here in the second. Zach Stevens in the 47, up 9 after the pit stops. And to the lead he goes to the top side. Stinson follows suit right in front of the 19 of Parham. Little bit wobbly there. See if everyone made it through clean. They do push 3 wide. The 15 of Christopher Bishop is in the middle again. Christopher Bishop now getting cycled. He's going to try to squeeze in. Sharn Hill gives him all the room he can. The 27 goes around him, the 88 around him. Now he'll finally get in. Christopher Bishop, that did not pan out. And I don't think he meant to go 3 wide. Everything just kind of got checked up in front of him. When that top line bumped through the corner, not everyone was going as much as other people were going. There you go, Noah. Welcome in, buddy. I'm jealous. Vince Brent now automatically to the lead, and man, there's a broadcaster's curse. Look out, and we got trouble in the back. Just as I was about to say it, the 27 is around. And it looks like for the most part, everyone able to avoid it. We'll get a look at it here. Let's see what happened to Timothy McAdam. That purple and white 27, just another checkup, and he had nowhere to go. He didn't see it coming or anything. 67 of Matthew Fritz, hard in the wall. Look out, the 15 of Christopher Bishop up on 2 wheels. Gets it back on all 4. And let's see where Matthew Fritz ended up. He had heavy damage. Although right there, it looks like he's rolling pretty good. Man, that's stacked up in a hurry. Just one bump, one checkup, and it led to all that. And tell you what, Bishop nearly went for a ride. So let's see here. Shane Hines, I don't think he's going to get the lucky dog. I saw him down on the infield to avoid that wreck. And if you have any incident points against you, and an incident point is if you have contact or you drive off the speedway, the racing surface, all that stuff. If you have any of those against you when you are the potential lucky dog, that gets taken away. You don't get the lucky dog. Jesse Whittington, what's up, man? Happy Tuesday. Happy race day. Happy all the things. How you doing? Good to have you in the chat. Miss having you in the broadcast booth. That was fun. But it's a commitment for sure. 17 weeks this season. 17 weeks, folks. I'm going to be with you here on Royalty Racing Network. Vince Brent leads the way after we talked to him just after the stage, and where he managed to get 10th. And he was like a rocket ship as we went back green. And I was just about to say, as the wreck happened, there is a broadcaster's curse. That's a real thing. But sometimes I think it works the opposite way. You know, good juju. You get pulled into the broadcast booth, you know, you say a couple things, talk a little bit, get some screen time, and all of a sudden you're leading the field. Samuel Green is not on the speedway. Oh, let's refresh our paints here. See if it works out for the Canadian Samuel Martel. He says he's supposed to be the 17. I do see him scored as the 17. Oh yeah, man. Those kids sports, when you got kids in sports, that'll do it. Well, now we have another issue. Samuel Martel's paint. Oh, there we go. Came back again as the 07. So that would have to be an issue on his side, I have to imagine. If anyone else is running the wrong paint, or showing the wrong paint, I should say, I'm sure they'll let me know after the race. But typically, if it's just one car and I do a paint refresh, it should be the correct one. Let's see. Everyone else is showing the same paint as they were before, so I would believe that's probably, unfortunately, an issue on the 17 of Samuel Martel. I tried, Samuel. I tried, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jesse, I got nephews and a niece that are all in sports, man. Like club teams, tournament teams for baseball, softball. Whew. It's a lot. Not for me. I mean, I go whenever I can to watch a game, which isn't that often. But for the parents, for the kids, big commitment. They stack them back up. Vince Brent, Matt Baines on the front row this time. We've had a couple new leaders this stage as opposed to the first one where Jay Stinson led every single one. As crazy as that may sound at a super speedway, nothing against Jay. Top 10 coming to green: Vince Brent, Matt Baines, Chase Greer, Ryan Gomes, Zach Stevens, Devin Buchino, Jay Stinson, Garrett Walden, Nick Walthorn, Justin Parham, rounding out your top 10. 11 laps to go in this stage. Going to be 10 as we take the green. Vince Brent will hit the restart zone and he'll fire off. And we're back underway after our second wreck of the evening. Big jump for the 92. We saw that earlier for Stinson. We saw what happened. That top lane, if they can get organized, they may chase him down. 40 of Chase Greer already right on that back bumper of the 92. Much better start here, mostly through the field as we take a look here. Ryan Hufford. Oh, the back of the pack a little unorganized again. Brandon Anderson in the 49 in 20th position. He's going to have a heck of a run. Look at this. He goes to the outside. He might pick up 2 or 3, maybe more, as he'll pull to the 17 of Samuel Martel here in the Celsius Chevy Camaro. Chase Greer now leads the way as he dipped to the bottom, being pushed by the 47 of Zach Stevens. Biggest mover right now, Michael Pines Jr. in the 15. We'll get a better look at him here in a second. I'm sorry, he's up 15. He's in the 04. However, I think he's showing the 18, NOS Toyota Camry. So we'll have to talk to Michael Pines Jr. about that after this race. Well, not we, the admins. Oh man, if we could work that out, maybe, we'll see. If you want to be in the booth the whole race long, I don't know. I don't know how. We'll have to talk about how that might work. We'll see. Not a bad idea. Chase Greer now, as we've seen so many times earlier in this race, the top line exceeding, and single file to Matt Baines, kind of. Jay Stinson has control of that bottom line, so may not be too long. We'll see Stinson leading more laps, but Chase Greer for now leads the way. Him and Zach Stevens were able to jump up in front. Now Sharon Hill back to your biggest mover in the 05. Nicholas Walthorn in the mix. He's up 5. He runs 13th right now in that 54 machine. Josh Hall at the end of this stage would be the lucky dog recipient should things stay the way they are. Can't see why they wouldn't. Shane Hines is 3 laps down. Samuel Green, it would appear, has called it an evening. Only guy not on the speedway. Rough start for the 8 of Green. Ooh, they're getting a little mixed up in the middle here. Brandon Anderson is right in the middle of 3 wide right now. Oh, look out! We have trouble. Nick Walthorn involved. The 07 of Vincent, AJ Evangelista again. Oh, no. Oh, man, and that's a 3 wide scenario that just did not work out. Let's go back, take a look at it here. Slow it down. You see the 20 comes up on the, who is that? The 60, having a heck of a time with that number. The 69. Okay, that's what I thought. Ian Davis. 20 came up. Then Nick Walthorn just nowhere to go. The 07/17, nowhere to go. Same with the 5. Walthorn still not able to get on the brakes. Ah, man, and that was tough for AJ Evangelista. He was okay, I think, until that contact right there. So, another 3 wide incident that just didn't pan out. Let's watch it back at full speed. You see the 20 come up. Not sure if he didn't know if the 69 was there or what was going on, and then it was just ping pong from there for all these guys. The 20, Cale Thorpe, pretty beat up, does some spins. The 07, for some reason, drives straight into him after the fact. That adds insult to injury. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. But under caution once again, I believe. Is that the stage? Jesse, if you're still in chat, remind me, is that the stage? Within 5 laps of the stage? Or is this going to be a shootout and they took... Let's see. Because that caution happened on lap 35, I believe. First race back for me as well, so got to refresh my memory. Like to take this opportunity while we figure that out to thank our title sponsor, the Glade Spring Company. Thank you for being the title sponsor of the ARCA series this season. Located in Glade Spring, Virginia. You can find them on Facebook at the Glade Spring Company, or give them a call at 276-698-7193. Once again, that's 276-698-7193. For any and all of your propane needs, trust Glade Spring. All right, that is the stage. All right, cool. So let's see here if Chase Greer brings her down pit road. As I mentioned before, I don't want to grab anyone while they're on pit road. Okay, no one goes. Let's see if the lights go off here and see if we're going to have a shootout. Yep, lights are off. All right, so that answers that. No stage right there, apparently, Jesse. No one pitted except those involved in the wreck. I thought it was within 5 as well, but I don't know. That one came out at such a weird time. It could have been as they were coming to 5 to go, perhaps. So that's why they didn't call it. I bet that's probably what happened. But that's good, because then we have time. It's always hard when there's a wreck coming to the stage, or to end the stage. It's hard getting things sorted out, figuring out who finished where, that type of thing. Then you add in if the wreck was within the top 10, that makes it even more complicated. So it looks like we're going to have a 2-lap shootout here to get us to our second stage. AJ Evangelista not on the speedway. His night comes to an end after a very short race, just about halfway, in fact, for AJ. So tough to see that. He will definitely look for better results the rest of the way. And he'll be there too. He's fast. AJ Evangelista. He's someone to look out for, especially with this new point structure. Very consistent at times. Could get in there. Pace car will pull off this time around, and we'll go 2 laps to the stage. Chase Greer, Jay Stinson back up on the front row. Nice restart this time as the 47 is Zach Stevens right on that back bumper of Chase Greer. Little spread out all the way through the field, though. Even the top 10, very spread out. They're single file there. Chase Greer. Vince Brent now clears up to the top in front of Stinson. Zach Stevens up there. Now the top 10 starting to pull closer. Final guy in the top 10 is Sharn Hill right now. But anything could happen. Last flag. Or I'm sorry, one more lap. Two more laps. My apologies. End of lap 40. I'm all out of sorts. Vince Brent now dives to the bottom on Chase Greer. Looking for the lead. Zach Stevens not shy with the pushing, that's for sure. Chase Greer, though, getting a lot of momentum with Jay Stinson right behind him. Justin Parham on that top lane, as well as Kenneth Redinger in the 24. Devin Buccino on top as well. Here they come now to complete lap 39. Now they're on lap 40. end of this lap, as soon as they cross that line, the checkered flag will wave on the stage. We're going to keep it up front. And we'll sort out who the top 10 will be. A lot of guys with the opportunity of some stage points. They're 3 wide behind them. Look out. Garrett Walden trying to sneak in there and get some stage points. Chase Greer leading all the way, but Justin Parham pulls it down low. Does he have the momentum? He does not. Chase Greer will win stage number 2. And they sort it all out behind them. Nobody wrecks, thankfully. All the way through the field, it would appear. Clean and green now. Ooh, Matthew Fritz, not looking too good. Not sure if Matthew Fritz took his fast repair already or not. He was on the lead lap. Maybe he just wanted to squeak out a few more laps there before taking the fast repair. Stage looks like this. Chase Greer is your winner. Jay Stinson in second. Good points night for him so far. Justin Parham in third. Kenneth Redinger in fourth. Michael Pines Jr. up 24 spots. He finishes the stage in fifth. Devin Buchino in sixth. Brandon Anderson finishes the stage up 23. He finishes seventh. Ryan Hufford in eighth. Vince Brent in ninth after he was looking for the lead on that final lap. And Zach Stevens rounds out your top 10 and your stage point winners. We're going to take a brief commercial break and let these guys take a pit stop. Don't go anywhere. Plenty of exciting racing still to come here on Royalty Racing Network. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, folks. Quick little commercial break. We're going to get now with the stage winner, Chase Greer with Grandstand Racing. Chase, welcome to the broadcast booth, buddy. Sorry to pull you there. Oh, you're actually just now coming to pit stops. My goodness, amateur hour. We'll let you get this taken care of business.
Yeah.
Okay, Chase Greer, now that that's settled, my apologies, man. All out of sorts here on opening night. Congrats on the stage win. It must feel good to get one early here in the season, night one, get it out of the way. You're going to restart up front from the lead there. Tell us what the strategy is now the rest of the way. Going to have under 30 laps to go here at Daytona.
Yeah, currently looks like still a pit stop maybe in play here. And we have a lot of caution, so just try to be smart, stay up front, hopefully avoid the mess, and then see where it goes. Like I said, may need a splash if it just goes green from here, so maybe a little craziness towards the end here for you to watch.
Well, no doubt there's going to be craziness somewhere in the field, right? It's Daytona. You can count on it. Chase, new team, new name. This season, tell us what it would mean for this team, how important it is now with that new point structure to really get off on the right foot here on opening night.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Just trying to. I mean, this momentum is early. Trying to get all the points you can. You know, this is a crazy race, so just try to get as much as we can. We've all been sort of up front, so I think we've gotten really good stage points for them, and just hopefully try to cash in a win here at the end.
Right on, man. Well, Chase, before we let you focus back in, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Shout out mother-in-law. I know she's watching, and Kinsley, and y'all have a good night.
Right on. Thanks for joining us. My apologies. I'm pulling you early, man. You know I hate doing that, and
Hey, if I would have slid through the pit, I'd have blamed you. So it's okay.
well, I am glad you didn't. I had my fingers crossed the whole time, and I'm glad you came out first because I would have been mad at myself if anything else happened too. But good luck the rest of the way, Chase, and maybe we'll be talking to you a bit later.
All right, sounds good. Later.
Once again, folks, that was your stage winner of stage number 2, Chase Greer, in the number 40. It wouldn't be opening night with a little bit of amateur hour from the broadcaster, but I'm glad he was able to execute. Well done, Chase Greer. So after pit stops, a little bit of shaking it up here and there. Chase Greer, Jay Stinson, Kenneth Redinger, Justin Parham on the second row, Devin Bucciano, Vince Brent in the third row, Matt Baines, Zach Stevens in row 4, and rounding out your top 10, Ryan Hufford, Ryan Gomes. Gomes having himself a good night here in the Caterpillar number 55. He's up 12 on the evening. Michael Pines Jr., though, the story thus far, even though he's running the 18 NOS Toyota Camry. He is scored as the 04, and he's up 18 spots on the night. Keep it rolling, Michael Pines Jr. Good to have you with us. How's everyone doing out there in chat? You guys still awake? It's been a good one so far. No one's mixing it up. I'm all tangled up in my cord here. Whew. All right, there we go. Got that sorted. Getting ready to go back green here for the last guaranteed caution of the evening. There will be more. Green flag waves. Chase Greer, Kenneth Redinger on that bottom line out to a little bit of a jump. Jay Stinson, Devin Bucciano on that top line. That's the best jump we've seen from the bottom all race. And again, for some reason, they're all out of sorts the rest of the way back. I don't know what's going on with that. Look out, Joe Irwin looking to go 3 wide here right on the green flag. He's right there in the middle as they sort him out in front of them. Nowhere to go for Joe Irwin. He's going to get a little bit of help behind him. I believe that's Ian Davis in the 69. Now Irwin clears and he says, "See ya, Ian." That's nice of him. Now they're sorted out. Back to double file. Woo, man. But they are spread out. Joe Irwin scored in 23rd. He's up 10 on the night. He didn't qualify, so started on the rear of the field. This little group, they got to get organized. They'll have some work to do to chase down that lead pack. Timothy McAdam kind of in no man's land. He'll probably fall back to those guys, so another guy to help him out. Here's the tail end of the lead pack. Cale Thorpe and Travis Bennett. Bennett, of course, on that top side in the orange cream Coca-Cola machine. And then the 20th Thorpe here in 21st. Chase Greer still holds the lead from that bottom line. This is the first time, like I mentioned, we haven't seen that top line get out there. Right on, Steve. Glad you're still with us. Moto Freak, Noah. There we go. I don't know who everyone's rooting for, so I want to hear from all you guys. Who's your pick to win? Only 2 guys out of the race thus far. Everyone's still alive otherwise. 31 drivers still alive. Ooh, close move there to the top side for Matt Baines. That looked awfully close when he jumped up in the front of the number 19. But now Matt Baines to the lead of the top line anyway. Little squirrely there. Third line back, Jay Stinson. Not too bad. Little bit of a gap here between Vince Brent and Ryan Gomes in the 55. Another little bit of a gap to Devin Buccino on that inside lane. And same goes for Ryan Hufford in that Oakley 83. Now he closes the gap on Buccino. Gomes closing the gap now on Vince Brent slightly. Buccino still way off from Gomes. I'm sure he doesn't want to get too much of a run. He's being pushed maybe a little bit. There he goes. Now he closes that gap. Matt Baines, not sure what happened, but he's getting cycled. He'll get lucky here and be able to jump back in line in front of Walthorn. Walthorn not so lucky as now he gets pushed out. Not sure what happened there to Nick Walthorn, but he's on that top side, so he'll have nowhere to go. Brandon Anderson perhaps pulling up to maybe help him out. Now they're 3 wide, 3 rows in a row here. Look out, 22. They sorted out. Nicholas Walthorn gonna give a thank you to Brandon Anderson. He was saved there. That was a recipe to go all the way to the rear. Brandon Anderson also able to get back in line. He takes the bottom as now Walthorn on that top line. I see what's going on here. Walthorn just leaving way too much room on that top line. I mean, the 18, he's lucky the 18 didn't push him out of line. If I'm Walthorn right now, you got to keep it on that middle lane. You keep going up towards the top. That third line, you're going to get pushed 3 wide in the middle all night long. And as this race gets closer to the end, people aren't going to give him an opportunity to get back in line. Now, I know Matt Baines, Phil Ellis Jr., they're kind of, not Phil Ellis Jr., I'm sorry, Matt Baines and the 22 of Andrew McKenzie. They've kind of been hopping up there a little bit. You see McKenzie doing it too, giving a lot of room in between them. And if a couple of those guys near the end of this lead pack get organized, look out. Yep, the 18 wants to go. He wants to go. That's going to be something to watch coming down here, because right there, that's a great shot of it. If the 18 goes, if he gets 1 or 2 more guys to go with him, look at that gap in between. What a great shot right there. That gap in between all the way to the front for those guys. They could absolutely go on a tear and find themselves from mid-pack all the way at the front of the field with those kind of gaps in the middle. That bottom line needs to hold it down just a little bit lower instead of going all the way up to the wall, if possible. I know there's a lot of air being moved around. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but you got to muscle that thing. Get up on it. Garrett Walden, the tail end of this lead group. Oh, my apologies. Austin Fassett, Devin Butchino, Sean Hill. There's Joe Irwin leading the small second group. They got mixed up and lost that lead group somehow or another. And while other guys that were a part of that secondary group were able to reel in that lead pack, it would appear. Matthew Fritz coming down pit road. Maybe his attempt to short pit here. 16 to go. Pit now. Stay out of madness. Stay out of the caution that brings out, or stay out of the wreck that brings out the caution and allows everyone to pit. All of a sudden you find yourself at the front of the field. Yeah, Moto, you're right, man. 3 cars, all green here. Vince Brent, Brandon Anderson, Phil Ellis Jr. Similar paint jobs. Man, that looks slick. All 3 of them right there. We'll take a look at Brandon Anderson, and we'll have some cool camera shots here for them to go back and get some nice shots of all 3 of them together. Very cool, very cool. Justin Parham. Oh, look out, the 40's wobbly. He got a bump from Kenneth Redinger, and somehow everybody keeps it straight. They were nose to tail. That mixes up that bottom line, though. That top line now able to run away. Justin Parham, his opportunity to lead a lap tonight now. Jay Stinson, Zach Stevens, Matt Baynes, single file now. Nick Walthorn back up there. Michael Pines Jr. as well. Matt Baynes way outside. Another incident opportunity for those guys if they wanted to try to go 3 wide. But that bottom line now being led by Michael Pines Jr. He's been cooking all night long. He's up 22 spots as it stands right now. Can that bottom line get it figured out? They all got checked up behind Chase Greer. When that almost disaster happened, a couple laps ago, look out, and the 18 gets turned. Michael Pines Jr. down to the infield. Others out of line. And it's not going to bring out a caution. Oh, man, and that's the old broadcaster's curse right there, folks. Every time. Man, it looked like just a bad bump. Now the lead group much smaller. Looks like Ryan Gomes right on the tail end of it. He scored in 14th. No caution is out. Michael Pines Jr. able to get her going again. Now he's going to be hoping for a caution to stay on the lead lap and mix it up again. Man, that's tough break for Michael Pines Jr. Yeah, it was low off the track, single car, all the way off the apron, or off the racing surface on the apron. A couple other guys had to avoid it. Not sure exactly who they were. I just barely caught them in the shot. It was all happening so fast. Nevertheless, 15 cars now. I think one of them was Chase Greer. He's now on the tail end of this lead group. He was one of those guys that went down below the apron and had to save it there. And now Michael Pines Jr. once in contention to lead this race on the bottom of the racetrack. Going a lap down. And he can still hope for a lucky dog with one more caution. Get him back in it. Justin Parham leads. They've since went to the bottom line. Look out. Nick Walthorn, Ryan Hufford, Matt Baines hooked up on that top lane. Ryan Hufford jumped out of line on the bottom. They approach Ian Davis and Matthew Fritz. So now Michael Pines Jr. will have to get around them to be the lucky dog. All smooth getting around the lap cars. Actually, Matthew Fritz is now 2 laps down. So Michael Pines Jr. still holds the lucky dog spot. Under 10 to go here, folks, already. And Ryan Hufford leads the way. Matt Baines, Nicholas Walthorn, Corey Bunch, the top 4. More lap traffic to contend with here. Josh Hall, they get around him smooth. Ryan Hufford now leads the way. Hufford Racing leading both lines. Ryan Hufford on the inside, Nicholas Walthorn on the outside. Matt Baines now leading the bottom line. Vince Brent, Brandon Anderson with a full head of steam behind the 83 and the 54. 8 to go now. Coming to 7 to go. Oh no, look out! Nearly turned his teammate. The 83 saved it somehow. I think there's a little miscommunication there. He probably, Walthorn that is, probably thought that Hufford was going to fully commit to that bottom line. And then Hufford tried to go back up. And Walthorn was there. I'm just speculating, but I have to believe that was supposed to be what was happening there, to control both lines like they were doing moments before that. Ryan Hufford now back to 15th. He was, however, able to stay with that lead group. So that's really lucky for Ryan Hufford. He was down in the grass. Nicholas Walthorn now leads the way. That inside lane of Matt Baines and others still trying to get the momentum built up. More cars are on that top side. So it's going to be tough to do unless guys decide to go to the bottom and kind of kill that momentum that top side has. Nicholas Walthorn will lead a lap. We're 5 to go here at Daytona in the Glade Spring Company SCSRA ARCA Series. They're 3 wide behind them. Chase Greer's in the middle. The 22, Andrew McKenzie, got shuffled out of line, it would appear. He's trying to keep it off the wall and keep it close to Chase Greer. Trying to side draft. Now Chase Greer to the bottom. Now something wrong with Matt Baines. He got pushed out of line, it looks like. He'll get back on clean. Still 3 wide behind him. Now the 88 squeezes in. Matthew Fritz right there pushing Chase Greer. Garrett Walden in the middle now. He's going to try to pick up the 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. Nicholas Walthorn shuffled now. Brandon Anderson leads with Vince Brent right behind him. All sorts of shuffling here with 4 to go. Ryan Gomes now in that middle lane. He thinks better of it. He'll drop down to the very bottom. Now Phil Ellis Jr. like a rocket ship coming up the middle. That's Ryan Hufford behind him. Look out, Chase Greer. Pit stops are coming now. These guys have pushed it as far as they can go, apparently. Chase Greer, Justin Parham, Jay Stinson down pit road. Brandon Anderson leads the bottom. Walthorn leads the top with Garrett Walden behind him. Little tricky of a bump there again. Ryan Hufford still in the mix. Matt Baines hanging on to the tail end of the group. Sharn Hill leading another group. Not out of it yet. You never know what could happen up front here. Do we see more cars down pit road? Not yet. Not in the lead group anyways. Samuel Martell down pit road. Josh Hall as well. Walthorn leads. 2 to go here. Do they have enough fuel? Or are they banking on a caution and hoping they're not part of it? Garrett Walden pushing Nicholas Walthorn. Andrew McKenzie in the mix. The green and black rides on the bottom side all have a chance. Vince Brent now to the lead. They got lap traffic in front of them. No one down pit road. The white flag waves and this race is official with no caution to lead to overtime. Oh no! Vince Brent, Walthorn. I'm sorry, that was Phil Ellis, or Brandon Anderson and Walthorn mixed up in it. Phil Ellis Jr. and Vince Brent. Zach Stevens in no man's land for third. Vince Brent gonna get some drafting help with Lauren Vincent. Lauren Vincent, he doesn't know where to go. He tries to go somewhere. Vince Brent in his first race as a father wins at Daytona. Holy smokes. You can't write it better than that. Top 3, Vince Brent, Phil Ellis Jr., Zach Stevens. Holy moly. No caution to lead to overtime like we usually see. A wreck that we're going to take a look at here. Let's see what happened. I think this might be it. They're all good right here. Oh, it's up in front. It's up in front. Let's go back. We're going to go back to here. Vince Brent pushing the 49. Brandon Anderson, teammate, of course. What a terrible angle that is. All right, here we go. Watch the 92 and the 49. It's all good right here. The 92 jumps up. The 49 just a little bit late and across the nose. And he's into the wall. Turned sideways. The 54 on that high side, nowhere to go. I bet he probably thought he had it cleared. And then, let's see. Trying to find people. 43 involved, the 20 involved. Corey Bunch in the 02 involved. Ryan Gomes. I mean, too much to sort out after that. Holy moly, Vince Brent wins it on night 1. Race 1. First week as a father. And he gets it done. Man, oh man. Well, we got post-race interviews coming up, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're going to step aside and take a quick commercial break. And we'll be right back with you here on Royalty Racing Network for the post-race show. All right, folks, welcome back to the post-race show. Let's get the full results here of tonight's race, and then we'll get to our post-race interviews. Vince Brent gets the win. Phil Ellis Jr. in second. Zach Stevens in third. Ryan Hufford in fourth. Cale Thorpe finishes fifth. Ryan Gomes in sixth. Sean Hill in seventh. Timothy McAdam in 8th, Garrett Walden in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is the 49 of Brandon Anderson. Kenneth Redinger finishes 11th, Corey Bunch in 12th, Caleb Nibel, my apologies, is 13th. Nicholas Walthorn finishes 14th, and 15th goes to Austin Fassett. Jay Stinson finishes 16th, Matt Baines in 17th. A lot of these guys mid-pack, victims of that last lap caution with nowhere to go. Onward back, 18th was Chase Greer, Justin Parham in 19th. Joe Irwin rounds out your top 20. Devin Buccino in 21st, Andrew McKenzie 22nd, Lauren Vincent 23rd. Travis Bennett in 24th, Michael Pines Jr. 25th, Samuel Martell in 26th. 27th was Christopher Bishop. 28th is Josh Hall. Ian Davis, 29th. Matthew Fritz, 30th. Shane Hines, 31st. AJ Evangelista, 32nd. And Samuel Green rounds out your field in 33rd. Let's get back now to our post-race interviews. And the third place finisher going to be Zach Stevens in the 47 out of Bethune, South Carolina. Zach, welcome to the broadcast booth. Man, what a wild and crazy way to start the season. How's it feel to finish with a podium after that one?
It feels good. Lucky, but it feels
Lucky.
good. Yeah, I mean, we were just really riding. We didn't realize some people were going to be able to make it there until the end, and by that time, Justin and Jay were pretty much, you know, they they weren't going to be able to save enough at that point. I was lucky enough; I was riding third and not using as much, so I was lucky enough I was going to make it. So kind of just backed off, saved a little bit more until about 3 to go, and then started coming up through there. Had Matt, he was a lap down behind me, and as soon as I made a move to the outside, I don't know exactly what happened up front, but they just wrecked in front, and I was lucky enough to get through the middle. Was too far behind first and second to hang on to them, but third's always good. It was a good points night. Um, Racing for grandstand this season, all of us, since they race on Venom and some other leagues for us. So, but it was a good points race up until the end. It would have been nice to have all of us up there like we were for most of the race.
Still a great start, though. Like you said, good points night overall. Some stage points. I mean, these super speedways offer a lot of stage points, and good way to start the season. Zach, good to have you back, of course. And before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Just grandstand, the whole team. Chase, he's kind of like an honorary member of the team. We can't have 6 people, but he's always with us. You for broadcasting, all the admins for putting on the race, and my dad and my uncles. They should be watching. If not, they'll probably watch it back tomorrow. But yeah, always fun. I won't be at every race, just like always, but the races I can make should be a good time.
Right on, man. Well, Zach, always nice to talk to you. Good to see you back out on track, and congrats on the podium tonight. Go celebrate it.
I appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Once again, folks, that was our third place finisher, the number 47 of Zach Stevens. Now to get with our second place finisher, that's the number 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. And we got to hunt down Phil Ellis Jr. here. Phil, welcome to the broadcast booth. Man, you guys put on a show. The cars look amazing. Congrats on the second place finish. Walk us through that last lap. And honestly, even before that, did you know you were good on fuel? Did everyone kind of expect that caution that leads to a green, white, checkered? And then kind of how things went that whole last lap?
Pretty much through the last probably 17 or so laps, we were talking about where we were on fuel, and me, Brandon, and Vince were all good at that point. So it was just do what we had to do to get back out front and keep our cars out there.
Well, you did great, and seeing all those 3 cars all together for several laps, there's definitely going to be some photo opportunities for you guys to go back and capture for sure. But tell us what it means for you guys, all 3 of you guys that were up front there. I know Brandon got involved in that late wreck, but all top 10s, along with some really nice stage points for you guys. Tell us what it means for you guys now going forward to be able to start the season in this type of capacity as far as the team championship goes at the end of the season here.
And we talked about it last week during the clash. Our team just kind of struggled in the second half of the year last year. We just couldn't put it together. So I think this just shows that we're back and we're not playing around.
Right on, man. Well, Phil, we'll let you go celebrate it with your teammates and, of course, the winner, Vince Brent. But before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Thank my teammates, Ian, AJ, Vince, and Brandon. And tonight we had Michael Pines working with us as well. So want to thank those guys. We all worked pretty good together. So want to thank them and Clean Air Show and just everybody for watching.
Right on, man. And one more congrats. Congrats on being the biggest mover of the night. You finished up 22 spots, brought her home second position. That's a good way to start that season.
That's how I won the Clash last week, was biggest mover as well. So
yeah, there you go.
I just had some bad luck early in the race, got caught up in a wreck, and then, I was fighting to get back there. I finally got there with like 5 to go. So, good race, and look forward to next week.
All right, buddy. Well, pleasure to talk to you. We'll see you back out here next week.
Thanks, man. Appreciate all you do.
Appreciate you. Once again, folks, that was your second place finisher, the number 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. And now, without further ado, of course, time to talk to our winner, the number 92 of Vince Brent.
Okay.
Vince, welcome to the broadcast booth, man. Hoo-wee. You guys put on an absolute show. And talked to you after stage 1, 10th place finish there. Foreshadowed it, thought maybe I might be talking to you a little bit later, and here I am as the winner. Tell us how it feels, buddy.
First off, I want to apologize to my teammate Brandon Anderson, because that was not, and the rest of the field too, that got caught up in that, because that was not my intentions. We just mistimed the lane change to go to the outside, and just unfortunately clipped them. And, I was fully content in having the beer money guys 1, 2, 3. I was content with riding second, and just mistimed that lane change, and just enough. Maybe it's the Chevy nose, I don't know. Just clipped them enough to turn them. I hate to win that way, especially wrecking a teammate who helped me out a lot through those last few laps. But just wanted to make sure I'm clear. Super sorry, and never want to win that way. But at the same time, super excited. I finally got the monkey off my back and got a win. Especially a week after my little girl was born. I mean, what a kind of storybook finish, other than just how it was won. If anybody knows me, I'm aggressive, but I never intend to take people out like that. But man, just feels good that we were there at the end as a team, and kind of let them know we were there. It was really hard to break up the Parham, Greer, Stevens, that group. They were really strong the whole race, and it was just a matter of getting them broken up and being there at the end. And I feel like the 29, 92, and 49 did a really good job. And just unfortunately, I took out one of the 3 that was there at the end. But still, all in all, happy that me and Phil finished 1-2. Really wish Brandon could have been up there with us. But good way to kick off the year. I'll be sure to repay Brandon down the road and make up for costing him a win like that, because I had no intentions of stepping out. I was fully content with being 1, 2, 3. But sorry, just want to get that apology out. And
Yeah, man, I don't think out of all these drivers or anyone that watches the broadcast, I don't think it would ever be a question that wasn't intentional by any means. You've never been that guy, and obviously teammates, it sucks that happened, but at the same time, it's still, you guys had a great night. A lot of stage points. You finished 1 and 2, and then Brandon still rallied to finish top 10, up 20 spots on the night. So he's probably going to come to terms with and find a little happiness in that at the very least. But I talked to Phil a little bit about it. I wanted to get your insight. Talk to us about late in the race when things kind of started becoming a question. Of course, you typically can always expect a caution very late in these races, and a lot of times overtime. And then I know there were a lot of questions around fuel mileage and if people were going to be able to make it on fuel. And then kind of walk us through after that, how that last lap, once you kind of realized there's not another caution, this is it, and we do have enough fuel, or at least we hope we do. Walk us through all of that.
yeah, so whenever we were coming to the finish, and it was just that final stint, I think I was about a 2 laps short, and I was kind of content riding those first laps about half throttle and still kind of keeping track position and pushing when I needed to. So I was saving throughout that last that last run. And once I started losing track position, I was like, oh man, like this ain't good. Like I'd rather have the track position than the fuel and just hope for a caution. Then once I realized, I'm like, we're not getting another caution. Like it's go time. And that's where, me, Brandon, and Phil, we pulled it together and got to the front. And I honestly, to tell you the truth, those last 5 laps, I had no clue. I couldn't see what my fuel was, and I was just praying to the Lord's above that I made it. And what's funny is I actually ran out of gas going not as soon as I passed the finish line, but as soon as I took turn 1. So I was just saved enough, and thankful for that. Shout out Travis Bennett for the push to the finish line for the photo op, because I was not going to make it down the backstretch if not. So appreciate that.
I was kind of wondering why we didn't see a burnout. But that explains it. No fuel left in the tank, so that's kind of funny. But
yeah, what a bummer. First win and don't even get to celebrate with a burnout. So I guess I got to do it again.
Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, you do, and you will. It's been a long time coming, man. This is your 3rd season in the SCSRA ARCA series, and you get the first win. You're 1 for 1 as a father now, so you know what that means. You got to keep that record going now.
Yeah, absolutely. She's my little good luck charm.
There you go. Yeah, worked out. Now you mentioned it earlier, you'll have something to show her when she's older. Now you really got something to show her. Your first win, awesome to be a part of it, man. One of the great guys here in the SCSRA, and honestly, pretty cool making friends with you over the last couple seasons. But before we let you go, pop the champagne in victory lane to celebrate your win. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Yeah, for sure. As always, my wife, love her to death. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, she is an absolute saint and beast for what she went through this past week. And also, I get to finally, for the first time, shout out my daughter, Miss Blakely Ray. Daddy loves you, and we're freaking winners finally. So that's awesome. Appreciate the admins for all the hard work. I know they have absolutely busted their ass this offseason to make sure that this season is different and more exciting for the fans that do tune in and watch, and even for us drivers. So shout out to those guys. They don't get enough credit for the work that they do put in. So shout out to those guys and all the sponsors. I know we picked up some new ones. I got to learn the names. So shout out to those guys. And of course, you, Royalty Racing Network, for always putting on a great show. I'm really excited to look back and watch this one. So thank you to all you guys. And once again, I want to end out on a apology to Brandon Anderson and to anybody I got caught up in that last one.
Right on, man. Well said. And I couldn't be happier for you. It's awesome. Go enjoy it with your teammates and your family. And we'll see you back out here next Tuesday night, okay?
Sounds good, brother. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for the show.
Yes, sir.
Once again, folks, that was your winner, the number 92 of Vince Brent. Man, you just can't write it better than that, man. Like it's honestly, if you couldn't tell, it's got me at a loss for words. It's remarkable. It's really, really cool to see him. He's been working so hard to try to get the first win, and like so many others, he's fell victim to wrong place, wrong time scenarios, or strategy doesn't work out scenarios. But tonight it just worked out. It's like it was written in the stars for Vince to get his first win the week he becomes a father. It's been a darn good 7 days for Vince Brent, that is for sure. Thank you all for tuning in. I want to close out here with thanks to all of our sponsors. And, of course, once again, the Glade Spring Company coming on board for the ARCA Series here for the SCSRA this season. Thank you, Jay Stinson, for bringing them on. And make sure you check them out. Smith County, Virginia, or more specifically, Glade Springs, Virginia. The Glade Spring Company. Give them a call, 276-698-7193. And once again, for any and all of your propane needs, trust Glade Spring. And if you are in that area, or even not, keep an eye. There's some rumblings, some rumors about maybe them releasing some baked goods and doing some stuff with that. That'd be pretty awesome if we could get everyone involved from the league and get some baked goods, from them. Support our sponsors. That's what it's all about here when a company decides to put their money, their hard-earned money, towards our hobby and make it even more real. And now our sponsors here at Royalty Racing Network, Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel. Whether you run a company, a government agency, a sports team, or even a virtual race team, turn every item into a statement with Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel. You can comment for details. You can find me on Discord, Facebook. You can find them on Facebook. We'll get you hooked up. That's where our Royalty Racing Network merchandise is from. You saw the ad during the broadcast. Great clothing for your business or team or sports team, whatever you want to do, along with hundreds, probably thousands of customized promotional items, chapsticks, mirrors, hand wipes, anything, literally anything. It's really awesome. And SM Racing Products. Take your sim racing experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, flag lights, and more with SM Racing Products. Check them out now at sm-racingproducts.com and use promo code ROYALTY at checkout for 20% off of your purchase of $150 or more. It's a sweet deal. I got myself a custom button box. It was a game changer. You got to check it out if you're a sim racer. For everyone here at the SCSRA ARCA Series and Royalty Racing Network, my name is Joshua King. Thank you once again for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back next Tuesday night. Have yourself a good rest of the week, and we'll see you next week. Good night.